War never changes.
Hej, witam was bardzo serdecznie, ja jestem Viver, a to jest kolejny odcinek gry Fallout 4 i dzisiejszy odcinek rozpoczniemy sobie od kontynuacji naszej ostatniej misji zleconej przez ojca w instytucie. Mianowicie jest to bitwa o Bunker Hill, gdzie mamy dotrzeć właśnie do wcześniej wspomnianego miejsca i ewentualnie opcjonalnie mogliśmy poinformować o tym trasę, ewentualnie mogliśmy poinformować o tym bractwo. Na co się jednak nie zdecydowałem, ponieważ fuck the railroad and fuck the brotherhood of steel i raczej będziemy trzymać się tutaj Minutemenów i póki co instytutu.
Hey, X4.
I've been waiting for you.
So, what's our situation?
I assume you've been briefed? Our targets are inside. 4 synths under railroad protection. Majority of the settlement is uninvolved and are expected to run for cover. The situation appears to have escalated. A covert approach is likely impossible. We move in, secure the synths, and I relay out with them back to the Institute. Clear? The mission's parameters just changed. We go in shooting. Requesting backup relay now.
Okej, widzę, że już tutaj mamy bractwo. Tu mamy szturmowca trasy. Okej, dobra, w takim razie opowiedzmy się już konkretnie, ponieważ gra od nas tego nie wymaga. To zróbmy to sami. Opowiemy się konkretnie po ich stronie. Dobra, jedziemy równo ze wszystkimi. Wow, co on ma za giwerę? Nie ma co się skupiać w ogóle na nich. Wow, widzę, że tu mamy bitwę na całego. Ale tutaj chyba nadal nikt nie jest zainteresowany w ogóle moją obecnością.
Bunker Hill is ours!
Nie wiem kim są, ale zaraz zginą. Frakcja nie jest istotna w tym momencie. Okej, załatwmy sprawę.
You there, Synth.
Come on, please. Just don't.
Why are you so afraid?
I don't want to go back. Please, don't make me go back.
Może warto byłoby ich puścić wolno.
Relax. You're free to go.
Really?
Here they are.
God, it's a courser.
Oh no.
Issue the reset codes and we'll relay back to the Institute. Time is critical. I cannot allow you to set these synths free. You will be terminated and your actions will be reported.
Okej, łowczy postanowił się sprzeciwić wobec tego, co postanowiłem. Więc niestety musiał zginąć.
Excuse me.
Thank you for sparing us.
Excuse me.
We'll get somewhere safe as soon as you're gone.
You've given us another chance at life.
Hey,
I
We
can't
won't
believe
forget
you do that for us. Thank you.
No okej, całkiem ciekawa misja. Ale wydaje mi się, że jej potencjał został tutaj totalnie zmarnowany właśnie przez to, że... Nie wiem, czy to tylko w moim przypadku tak było, ale... Wydaje mi się, że powinniśmy się opowiedzieć konkretnie po jednej stronie i tutaj zdecydować, kogo będziemy wspierać, ewentualnie będziemy robić coś po naszemu. No a w tym momencie po prostu sobie wbiłem tutaj. Miałem ochotę, to sobie postrzelałem. Dotarłem do synthków. I postanowiłem mnie zabijać, po prostu. Dobra, zobaczymy, co dalej, gdzie dalej nas zaprowadzi to zadanie. Totalnie się nikt nie interesuje mną. Nieważne, czy zabijałem trasę, czy zabijałem ludzi z bractwa. Nadal zostaje jakiś taki neutralny. Ok, zobaczymy sobie na to zadanie. Mamy porozmawiać z ojcem w ruinach ITW. Tak, gdzieś tutaj zapewne. Okej, widzę, że mamy tutaj synków, którzy zabrali się za mutantów. Ale póki co nie są zainteresowani w ogóle moją osobą. Aha. Dobra, chyba tu mamy ojca.
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. There's no future here. The only hope for humanity lies below.
It's not so bad, really. People manage.
Perhaps. But at a cost too great to be worth it. Standing here, I'm reminded of how fortunate I am that I was spared a life in this wasteland. I know that to you, I was kidnapped from that vault. In truth, the Institute rescued me. Both of us, really.
They left me on ice. For 60 years.
They did. And for good reason. I was the perfect candidate. An infant with uncorrupted DNA.
No okej, o tym chyba już było.
Were to go wrong, if I died,
No, że byliśmy tą
well,
kopią zapasową.
realized a contingency plan was prudent. Another source of pre-war DNA, preferably related to their primary subject. It only made sense that my parents should fill that role. So you were kept alive and safe within the vault. I'll admit, when I had you released from Vault 111, I had no expectations that you'd survive out here in all this. To not only do so, but manage to find me. To infiltrate the Institute itself. Extraordinary.
Why let me out now? After all this time.
That's hard to explain. Certainly it was no longer necessary to keep you suspended. I suppose I wanted to see what would happen. An experiment of sorts. I had no idea what kind of man you were, you see. Would the Commonwealth corrupt you? As it has everything else? Would you even survive? Perhaps most curious to me, would you, after all this time, attempt to find me? And now I know the answer.
Czyli byliśmy eksperymentem, no nieźle. Ale myślę, że w końcu to jest ta cała misja i nie możemy o tym zapominać, że tak naprawdę nasz bohater wyszedł z tej krypty i ruszył za swoim synem.
Sean, you need to know. I still love you.
I can see that you do. It's remarkable. Soon, I hope you'll understand. Everything I've done has been for the future. A future which I hope is not in jeopardy after recent events. Bunker Hill did not go well for us. Would you care to explain what happened?
We were totally ambushed. They were waiting for us.
You can imagine that I find that very hard to believe, given that all the intelligence leading up to this indicated we'd taken them by surprise. Bunker Hill was to cement your place as a valuable asset to the Institute. It will now only raise suspicions. And to see the Brotherhood of Steel involved in this? They had no way of knowing what was going on. I will refrain from sharing the outcome with the Directorate for the moment. Things are already in motion that this would only derail. Speaking of which, it's time for you to become more involved in the future of the Institute. I'd like you to join me inside. The Directorate is meeting, and you should be there. I'll be waiting. I've seen enough. It's time to go back in.
Okej, w takim razie nie stało się to, co się spodziewałem, że ojciec się na nas wścieknie i jednym słowem przekreślimy sobie szansę na to, żeby uczestniczyć dalej w działaniach Instytutu. Okej, w takim razie zobaczymy sobie na nasze misje. Mamy się udać na spotkanie dyrektoriatu. Zapewne w środku w Instytucie. W takim razie tam się udajmy. No i zobaczymy, jakie oni mają w ogóle plany co do przyszłości Instytutu, co do przyszłości wspólnoty. Okej, ojciec idzie, ale...
Let's get this Directorate meeting over with before we speak further.
Okej, a gdzie oni siedzą?
It's important.
Tutaj? Czyżby tutaj było zebranie? W takim razie wyjdziemy sobie z naszej zbroi i może zmienimy ubranie, żeby jakoś to wyglądało. Myślę, że tak będziemy wyglądać bardzo przekonująco.
Good, we're all here. I think it's time we begin.
Sir, excuse me, but what exactly is he doing here?
I will address that issue. But there are other subjects that require our attention first. The level of unrest in the Commonwealth continues to rise, as we're all aware. Your report.
All Institute facilities remain completely secure with the exception of one notable breach. Otherwise, internally, things are as tight as they've ever been. Dr. Ayo has been keeping an eye on things topside.
Yes, Watchers show no additional threats beyond those previously identified. We're still monitoring the increased activity around Fort Independence, but there are no immediate signs we should be concerned. Boston International Airport remains occupied, with Brotherhood presence noted at several other points throughout the Commonwealth. Intelligence suggests that this railroad continues to operate and is becoming more ambitious. SRB agents are monitoring all known situations, sir.
Very good, thank you. It's clear that our safety needs to be the primary concern going forward. To that end, where are we on Phase 3?
Excuse me, but sir, are you sure this is, well, the proper time to be discussing that? Considering, I mean, given all parties present?
Okej, ma jakieś uprzedzenia do mnie.
Have you heard anything about Phase 3?
I don't think so.
It's all right. I wouldn't expect you to have. The project has been classified from the beginning. Power is, as I'm sure you've seen above ground, a very valuable commodity. I'm not talking about some abstract concept of control. I mean real, tangible power. The kind that keeps the lights on. With every advance the Institute makes, our need for raw power increases. Many compromises and sacrifices have been made over the years to allow progress to continue.
What kind of compromises?
We have at times had to rely on drawing power from above-ground installations. It risks personnel and equipment, but no longer. Phase 3 is simply the activation of a nuclear reactor that can provide enough power to the Institute now and forever. It will ensure not just our survival, but our prosperity.
Can you tell me more about this reactor?
Certainly. It was originally built for the Commonwealth Institute of Technology before the war, but was only for testing. Over the years, we've advanced the technology, made a great many improvements, and are finally nearly ready to activate it. The reactor is close to ready, but recent tests have determined we have a few tasks ahead of us. Thus, we come to Phase 3, and to how you will help.
Sir.
Yes, Dr. Ayo. Previously, we would rely on Kellogg for above-ground operations, yet, well, he is gone. While I'm not overly fond of putting my own father in harm's way, he has proven more than capable of handling himself.
Yes, but...
This is not a matter for debate. Now, there is one more subject that requires discussion.
I don't know that this is the time.
Dr. Holdren, it is time. Please, as I'm sure several of you are already aware, I have been under Dr. Volkert's care for some time. I'm sorry this is difficult for me. Our best efforts have failed. Every experimental treatment we could devise has been unsuccessful. I'm sorry to say I am dying.
No,
Please,
be serious.
everyone.
O nie.
I am sorry. This is not how I wanted to tell you, but we're running out of time.
You're dying?
I'm afraid so. A very aggressive form of cancer. Believe me when I say we've done everything we can. We can talk more later. Right now, the future of the Institute is at stake. The Institute cannot survive without leadership. The Directorate must continue to govern with the best interest of all in mind. To that end, I am naming my father as my successor.
Oh, boy. You can't be serious!
Really?
How can you possibly justify this? He isn't one of us. He isn't even a scientist.
Ignoring your borderline, insubordinate tone, I will simply say this. The Institute has enough scientists. What it needs is a leader. I believe my father has already proven himself more than capable in that regard. This will conclude this meeting. Thank you.
It's great to have you here.
No cóż, ciekawie się podziało.
The Institute's a big place. It might take a while to learn where everything is.
Czyli tak, po 60 latach zamrożenia w lodówce w końcu odnaleźliśmy naszego syna. Się okazuje, że umiera i nie za bardzo mamy czas, żeby z nim spędzić.
This truly is a wonderful place, isn't it?
I had no idea.
I know this is... well, it's a lot to take in at once. I'm sorry, Father. I hope it wasn't too presumptuous of me to put you in charge without even asking first.
Okej, myślę, że możemy się zgodzić na to, żeby być następcą w sumie. W sumie czemu nie?
I can do the job.
Of course you can. That's why I made the decision. There's no question that some of the Directorate and the Institute at large will need reassurances about your appointment. That's why I'd like you to take charge of this latest operation. Dr. Fillmore can fill you in on the details. There are hard decisions ahead for all of us, but for you especially. I know that you'll do the right thing.
Nowe oblicze ludzkości. Dobra, wydaje mi się, że jesteśmy jak najbardziej odpowiednim kandydatem na stanowisko lidera całego Instytutu, ponieważ już chyba całkiem nieźle spisaliśmy się jako generał Minutemenów. Dobra, pogadajmy sobie z panią Aline.
Dr. Fillmore.
Busy day for you, isn't it? Well, it's about to get busier. You're going to lead this operation, I'm told.
What the hell is this operation about?
Hey, relax. We wouldn't send you off without the proper information. Recent events have upset our timetable. Getting the reactor online has become our #1 priority. It needs to be running, well, yesterday. We're going to have to cut some corners. I'm not thrilled, but it means we'll need to rely on some pre-war tech. You're going to the mass fusion building to acquire a beryllium agitator for us.
Co?
Consider it done.
I'll consider it done when I've got it in my hands. I'm going with you.
Sounds good. I'd appreciate the company.
Not as much as I'd appreciate coming back in one piece. I don't like going above ground unless there's no other option. But here we are, with our options dwindling quickly. Not to put more pressure on you, but we have to move quickly on this. Word is that the Brotherhood is nosing around the area. We don't want them getting the agitator before we do. Head on up to the relay, and I'll meet you there.
Nie ma problemu. Jeżeli się bractwo pojawi, to my im skopiemy dupska. Dobra, w takim razie... Okej, mamy przeskoczyć do Mass Fusion. Alternatywnie możemy poinformować bractwo, czego na pewno nie zrobimy. W takim razie, jeżeli mam tam przeskoczyć, to musimy udać się prawdopodobnie tutaj do tej windy, która jest w centralnej części Instytutu.
From what I hear, that rogue synth of Libertalia was a real menace. Glad it's back where it belongs.
Aha, tutaj jest ten cały teleporter. No okej, no to myślę, że nie pozostaje nam nic innego jak wbijać. Przeniesienie się za pomocą przekaźnika do Mass Fusion sprawi, że Bractwo Stali uzna cię za wroga. Na pewno chcesz to zrobić? Oczywiście, jak najbardziej.
The Brotherhood sure is here. Guess we'll have to go through them.
Okej, czyli Bractwo zostało poinformowane. Okej, w takim razie oczyszczeniem całego tego Mass Fusion i odnalezieniem reaktora berylowego zajmiemy się w następnym odcinku. A więc dziękuję serdecznie za oglądanie i do następnego razu. Hej, hej!